Congrats, welcome back to my channel. It's Morbid Gamer here, back with another video, back with the speed build for you guys. So before I start talking a little bit more about the speed build as these go, let me first address you guys a little bit and say that this is a good and fun announcement, and that is that I am definitely going to be posting more on YouTube. I'm fully 100% back into YouTube because I was splitting up my time with Twitch and YouTube, and now I'm just kind of dedicating a lot of my time more to focus on YouTube and making more content because I really miss this. And two, I have been away. I've been away for a little bit and I went to Mexico, so that's kind of what has inspired this whole build, and this is also going on in my save file. Just to like make this clear, I'm gonna leave a link to my save file down below so you guys can check the document and all the like progress that I've made thus far for this whole thing, so you guys check that out if you can. I'm gonna leave that up. Also, I think I can make a post on my website, so check out my website if you didn't even know I had one. But here we go, you guys. I spent a whole, I think, week and a half in Mexico. It was so nice to finally go. I hadn't been in like, it felt like 15 years. I don't know why I just drooled. Oh my god, this is my second take recording this, because I'm a little rusty and I'm not cutting that out. There's no way. Oh my god, just know, I don't know why that happened, and I guess your girl's just hungry. But I spent a whole week and a half in Mexico. I haven't been there for like, it felt like 15 years, but it might have been like 12, I think, because I was 15 when I last went. I was 15 years old, and now I'm 27. I just turned 27, so there you go. It's been a long time without seeing family, one, because I do have the majority of my family is here now because they've all moved from Mexico to here, but I still have a decent amount of family that I had not seen that is still living in Mexico. So it's really good to see a lot of people. So, and it was a fun time. Like, I just needed a vacation. I don't think I've been away on a vacation, and I really can't pinpoint. It's probably less than the time, you know, that I haven't been to Mexico, but I don't remember the last time I went on vacation either. So it was so nice to just kind of like get away and have fun, get to know my family, and spend time with my family. So it's just, that's like the best time to just unwind and do your thing, right? Like when you're off social media, not care in the world about work or what it is you have to do in your everyday normal life, and just unwind. So I would definitely suggest it if it's something that is possible for you to do, because obviously Rona, 1, 2, I know it is pretty much a privilege to be able to go on vacation. It's not like everybody can go ahead and afford to do that, so that's why I say that. But yeah, Rona there I feel like was pretty much non-existent. It feels like things are going back to normal, even though I think Mexico is not fully like getting there like we are here. So but I think it's because there's a lot, well, the area that we stay is very much not fully populated, especially not like where I am here, where I currently live. It is LA, so it's like heavily populated, right? And over there is just a lot of like farmland, so you're not getting the same type of situation. But anyways, everything was fine. I did get sick coming back, not gonna lie, and I don't think it was Rona, but I was pretty sick. However, I am prone to getting sick. I am prone to getting very sick. Now it takes a while for me to like recuperate, so that also happened. I went to Mexico without a passport, and I was so freaked out the whole time because I was like, either they're not gonna let me into the country and my husband's gonna have to drive all the way to Southern California down to the border and pick me up, or two, they weren't gonna let me back into the country. But if anything, it was really hard to get into the country without the passport and just my ID than it was to get back to the country without my passport and just an ID. So that was interesting. I honestly thought I was gonna get a lot more like questioning, and it was just gonna be such a process to get back home than it was to get into Mexico. I don't know, I thought it was gonna be opposite, and it didn't end up being that way. So there you go. I don't know. So yeah, definitely needed to get my passport. I'm gonna do that very, very soon, because I do plan to take another trip down to Mexico again. It was very fun. My mama has her own house there. It was so nice. But enough of my story time of Mexico. I might come back to that, because I think the speed build is generally long, so then I can talk about a little bit more of my fun times there with you guys. So this was, again, inspired by my trip, and I've been wanting to do a cemetery in my save file, and I was like, okay, why don't we bring that need and want, because I think I plan to do 3 cemeteries in my, maybe, we'll see, but I plan to do maybe 3 cemeteries in the save file, and I feel like that might be a little overkill, so I might dial that down to 2 cemeteries, because this one I feel like is very culturally driven, you know, it's definitely wanted it to be very colorful and inspired by the movie Coco as well. I think that's another big one that I did. It was very inspired by the orange colors you see, which is very much like something that our culture does. So it's not like it's a lie, but I think they're coronations, right? The orange flowers. But I was definitely inspired by Coco, because I've never been in Mexico during Day of the Dead. I visited the cemeteries, and the cemeteries in Mexico are just so gorgeous and beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. I really like them. I thought they were very over the top. I thought they were very colorful and vibrant and beautiful. Whereas here, I don't know where you guys where you are in the US or anywhere across the world, but here they're generally very simplistic. They're very minimal. It's just like kind of a plaque with a person's name on it and a saying or whatever, and their names when they died, and that's kind of it. Unless you go to like an old school, like an older cemetery. I think we do have some in like East LA here, with the big tombstones, and those are very old, and like those I also find very cool, just because you don't see that very much. But in Mexico, they're very elaborate also. If you have the money and the family has the money for it, they will definitely do a big grand gesture for their loved ones, and I found that to be very appealing, really cool. And I did have the time to actually visit my grandpa at his cemetery. So I got to see his and like what my family did for him. And so I think I'll insert a picture here if I can find it. It is on my Instagram. So now I guess would be a good time to plug my Instagram, you guys. You can find me on all social media at Morbid Gamer. That is my name across the board. So go ahead and peruse. But it was so pretty to see. And yeah, it's crazy to believe that he's passed away. It was like maybe, when was it? 2015? It's been like 6 years maybe. So it was really nice to see him. But I've never been present in Mexico during Day of the Dead. I've only celebrated here, and we just kind of usually, well, not my family, but my husband's family definitely does the ofrenda, and then they do a whole like setup, and it's really cool to see, and I wish my family partook in it a little bit more. I think my mom does now, I think, because before she didn't really know or had anybody to really do one for, and now that my grandfather did pass away, she does do something for him. So it's really nice to see a bit more of my culture and my people. So yeah, definitely wanted to do a little bit of a nod towards my people and my culture. So that was nice to do and add into my Sims game, into the save file. So we're currently, we're at like the at a quarter mark, but here we have like a classic little friend with the pictures, and then you usually put something that like the person who passed away, something that they might like, whether it is food, drinks, something they like to do. And my grandpa actually really liked to play cards. It's something that my mom really likes to do too, but nothing that was ever passed on to me because my mom never taught me how to play cards. And I actually now really hate playing cards, like poker and all that stuff. Like, I think it's too much. It's too much. And I'm like, I can't learn these rules and I don't know what's going on. So honestly, I wish my mom had kind of passed it on to me, but yeah, it's not, I don't think it's gonna stick anymore. You know, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's how I feel about poker. So yeah, I wanted to make kind of these little, like a little, not a church, but almost like in between a church and one of those mausoleum, or like even a burial, like an elaborate little burial area. Because also in Mexico, the cemetery, some people actually build little like almost, yeah, like mausoleum. I'm not sure what the exact word for it is, but they're very, like, again, they're very elaborate. And some of them are really big, some of them are smaller, some of them look like little tiny houses. I was just like, okay, these are really cute. And I kind of wanted to do something like that in the Sims game and in the cemetery. So yeah, these look kind of like, I didn't want them to be very churchy, and I don't feel like they come across as churchy, but it definitely something along those lines. So it's like an in-between. The petals, oh my god, the petals, I wish there had we had orange petals, but I made it to work with the rose and the pink and white colors. So I think it looks very festive, like people threw roses on the ground. Again, I wish they were orange, but it's fine. Orange is definitely the theme and the vibe for our Day of the Dead cemetery. And also, I never realized that we had these little, what are they called in Spanish? Are they damas? But the sugar candy skull ladies, holding the flower, the statue. I didn't even know we had that in the game. I was just like, when I was doing research for this, I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna look into using those. And I feel like I put them everywhere, but they're so stinking cute. They're really cute. I was like, I had to have them. But yeah, right now I'm just duplicating what I did on the other side onto the other side. So it's generally kind of the same vibe, same thing. It's just like a copy. I want it to be very symmetrical. At first I wanted it to be very scattered but cohesive. I think that makes sense. But scattered but at the same time unified, and it makes sense. So I definitely wanted it to be like that. But then I was like, honestly, when it comes to cemeteries in the game, there aren't that many objects, and especially because it's such a niche thing that I'm building. It's like a Day of the Dead cemetery, and those two things are already very niche in the game. It wasn't gonna work. I wasn't gonna find enough things to fill it, at least for me and my brain. It wasn't gonna work. So where was I going with that? I completely forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, I was trying to talk about the symmetry, and that's why I did that. So again, a lot of this is very symmetrical. What I do on one side, I do on the other side. So what can you do here? Why was this built? One, I definitely wanted it to look very much like a Day of the Dead cemetery. So that was one, and a nod to my culture. But two, I thought, one, you could maybe put your dead Sims here if you wanted to. You definitely could, because I missed that from the Sims 3 to the Sims 4. We don't have cemeteries for our Sims. We don't have anywhere to put dead Sims. I mean, you keep them in your house, you keep them on your lot, that's totally cool. But I honestly really miss the fact that you could go to a cemetery and all the ghosts are kind of there. You could go and visit, because that's kind of more reminiscent to how it works in real life. You don't keep your dead people once they die, and they don't go in your backyard to haunt you. I mean, okay, that could happen. That could happen, and I'm sure it does happen, and maybe so. Okay, that's also realistic, but for the most part, we don't have that in the game. So I really want to build cemeteries so you could put your dead Sims. So this can work for that. However, I think to get here, you have to travel. You have to start a vacation. So, mostly also this area is meant for, this is like a marketplace for Salvadorada. This also functions as like a little marketplace for your Sims to get the like little machetes and get their antidotes and then get other things that you might need, like sprays for bugs. So I was like, if that's already there, then I guess people can come here and they can cook, even though they're stalls. I think there's also markets, right? Little like stalls for Sims to go and purchase food. I did make this a park. I made this a park so that your Sims can kind of chill and vibe here a little bit more, make food and hang out. So it's very like reminiscent to real life. If you're going to a Day of the Dead cemetery, I think usually people go and hang out and spend time with their deceased loved ones. So yeah, something that you can do here with your Sims. I think I put like 2 grills and like 4 picnic tables so your Sims can like hang out here. So, and I also provide music so your Sims can like also party a little bit. So there's that. Now we're working on the tombstones and the actual like graveyard area. So like I said previously, a lot of them are kind of like very elaborate and big, and they usually look like little tiny mini houses. So there was no way that I was gonna be able to build that, I don't think so, without it actually looking like a house. Especially these little mini structures. They were tiny, but they were tiny houses, and there's not a possibility in the Sims game, at least not right now, I don't think. So I went ahead and just built a lot of the above the ground type situations. And yeah, a lot of these you'll find have a lot of little offerings, because you usually leave like drinks. I find, is it my mother-in-law, for her ofrenda, she usually puts like a food and cigarettes, because I think her mother used to smoke, and she used to like to smoke, so that's what she offers her. So I put a little like drinks, little bottles you'll find, flowers for sure, but food, I think I left one with like fruit in it, because maybe there's somebody who really liked fruit. I love fruit. If anything, after this, I'm definitely because I drooled in the beginning, I'm definitely gonna cut up some fruit. I love it with a lemon, salt, and tahini. If you've never tried it, you're missing out. If you know what's up, you know what's up, and you're the real one. I'm also kind of sick still, so excuse me and my raspy voice. I think I still have it a little bit going on, but yeah, I have the ofrendas, the offerings going, and a lot of sugar skulls. Yeah, so a lot of this is more decorative. It's definitely a decorative location that you could come and have your Sims like look around, take pictures in. It's definitely, I don't think, a heavy eventful location. Definitely not. But I did want it to have a vibe, like actually feel like when you come here and you're going on vacation here, if it feels the part. So that was definitely a main goal for at least this build alone. But anyways, I think we should be a little okay. We're like 3/4 of the way done with this build. So if you stuck around your real one, make sure to leave a little skull in the comments to let me know that you've made it this far. That'd be really cool and fun. So make sure to do that down below. And then yeah, let me share some stories. Let's see what happened. Okay, I celebrated my 27th birthday in Mexico, so happy birthday or belated birthday to me. It was really fun. My mom did hire live music for the whole thing, and I hate dancing. Okay, I really don't like to dance. It's not like I seek it out. And even presented with the opportunity to dance, I still don't like to do it. But don't get it twisted. okay, because my family was really surprised because they kept trying to pull me out to dance, and like, I hate when people try and get me to do something. It never works out. I don't like it, so I kept saying no, no, no. But like I said, don't get it twisted. Once you get me drunk enough, I know how to dance. I can dance. Just because I don't like to doesn't mean I don't know how to. Oh my god, these hips don't lie. And then once you get me drunk as well, like, you know, I start vibing. I start like getting out of my usual self, and then yeah, I can join in the fun, and I can, you know, I can dance. And so my family was surprised because they're like, oh, she's probably denying us because she doesn't know how to dance. But surprise. They were actually genuinely surprised. They're like, oh, okay. The day after, they're like, oh, I thought you just didn't know how to, but you do, and you're a really good dancer. I was like, huh, thank you. So yeah, that was fun. So live music, I'm more of a sit back, enjoy, just bask in the live music, and if I choose and I want to and I vibe the music enough to dance, then I will do it myself. But yeah, that was nice of my mom to do. She made my favorite food, which is ceviche. If you know what it is, then shout out to you too. But if you don't know what's up, it's fine. If you know, you know. So she made that for me. It was so good. And the funny thing about this my mom making that is that I told her to cater it. I was like, don't do it because you're gonna spend so much time doing it. It's a process, and it really is a process. And she's like, no, I can do it. It's really easy. It's so like quick. Y'all, this took all day for my mom to do, and I was like, I told you. And it's like, and it's not like I didn't offer. I was like, I'll pay for like somebody to make it. It's fine. And she was like, no, she's really adamant about making it herself. I was like, fine, make it yourself. It's fine. And she took her all frigging day to do it. Not only that, your girl, this is my favorite food for sure. One of my favorite foods, but I only managed to get like not two servings, but two tostadas, like one serving for myself. I only managed to get one for myself. And that was it. It was in the beginning stage of the day. I managed to sneak some for myself. And after that, it was gone. And I was so super duper sad because, again, it's my favorite and I didn't get to have any more. People really enjoyed it and liked it, and that's good. That's always a plus, so that it just kind of, there's no leftovers and the food doesn't go bad. I'm glad that there was enough for everybody, but not gonna lie, I'm still a little sad because now I'm just like, bruh, I want some more now. So there's a lot of good food there, I'm not gonna lie. My people really like to put cheese on everything because my sister's vegan and I'm lactose, so I can't really have a lot of dairy, and she doesn't eat any of dairy or meat or anything like that. So her life and existence during like her stay there, it wasn't like it was bad. It wasn't bad. But it was definitely a lot of beans and like tortilla and fruits and vegetables, and like, you know, that was her existence. And so for where I was going with that, oh yeah, point is, we would ask for stuff without like meat or cheese, and I think it's just such a custom to put these things on. Like, we would just basically be like, oh, can I just get a bean burrito, just beans, and then be like, okay, we can do that for you. And then when we get it, it'll be like, oh, they put cheese in it. But I think it's just such a custom that there was no way around it. We just kept getting stuff with stuff that we couldn't have, and we're like, oh, F it, it is what it is, let's just eat it. So yeah, it was definitely not the best time for my stomach, but it was delicious, I can't deny that. And there was this guy that we used to buy ice cream from when I was a kid, and he is still around. We used to buy because we loved his ice cream so much. He doesn't do this generally, but my parents would be like, oh, can we purchase a whole like not a tub of ice cream that you make. Can we purchase the whole one so we don't have to keep coming back and forth and like, yeah, charge us for like making it and all this stuff, you know? And then we would kill it in like a day. It was so delicious. Their ice cream is bomb. Oh my god, it's like so, oh, I can't even describe it. It's so much better than the ice cream here. But I enjoyed that a lot. He was still around. He didn't remember us, but that's totally fine. He's still selling. And I'm like, oh my god, I love his ice cream. So I went back like 3 times, I think. Something that I was surprised that they don't do sushi very well though, because I was surprised they had sushi to begin with, but yeah, it's not the same. It's definitely very heavy, very much full of Philadelphia cheese, I think, yeah, cream cheese and cooked shrimp, which I was like, sushi is meant to be uncooked, but okay. So yeah, I guess it's not their forte. But food is still bomb and delicious. So I can report that back to you guys. It's still bomb and delicious. And did we go to any locations? Let's see, we had a lot of parties because it was Mother's Day. Got to see my grandma. She's like 92 now, I think. She's still kicking and going strong. She's such a funny woman. She's like, nothing brings her down. Got to see my grandpa on his farm. And his farm was so cool. Probably insert pictures because he's tall, like I'm talking meters tall. I forgot how tall they were, he said. But they're stinking tall. They're so huge. And I don't think they planted them. I think they just grew out naturally there, I think. And yeah, he like makes his own tequilas, his farm, his animals. It was a really good time seeing him because we hadn't seen him in a while. And he was so happy to see us, which was really nice. And yeah, life there is just so chill and relaxed, you know? Definitely a lot of poverty, which I tried to definitely give back a little bit while I was there as well. But yeah, it was definitely a different vibe, but it was nice to go back. And yeah, that's what inspired this whole shebang. That's why we're here. So we're about to finish this speed build, you guys. So keep an eye out for more videos. If you like this, give this a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit that notification bell so you know when I post my next one. That's it for me, and I'll catch you in my next video. So bye for now.